You're listening to the Law of Attraction Radio Network.
Are you tired of the I can't mindset? The I'm not good enough mindset? Do you feel like your negative thoughts control your life? Well, you came to the right place, because in the next 30 minutes, you will learn how to break free from the limiting mindset of anxiety, fear, victimization, depression, trauma, and self-hatred by reprogramming your subconscious mind. It's time to master your mind with Dr. Erika.
Hello, hello, good people, and welcome to Master Your Mind with Dr. Erika. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is a good day. Welcome, welcome from wherever you are listening in from. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for listening in. Wherever you are, if you're in a safe space and you can, just stop with me and let's just take a deep breath. Just breathe in. And when I breathe in, I just imagine this pure love light air breathing into my body, cleansing me from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes, cleansing energy as I exhale. I'm exhaling all of the stress and tension and stuck energy and emotions that I might be holding on to, any toxins in my body. Just release it with your sound. Again, breathe in through your nose, breathing in deep, the most pure and loving and life-giving energy, cleansing your body, and breathe out. Yes, breathing out all of the stress, the tension, the toxins, any emotions that you might be holding on to, just release it. It does not serve you in a healthy way. And I just want to, again, just let you know that you are loved, infinitely loved. And, you know, I often talk about what I do as a psychologist. I've been practicing for 25 years mental health, and there's so much that I've learned and how I've grown along my journey, right, of mental wellness. And so I talk about supporting people in their journey to mental wellness, because the truth is everyone, even you, every single person in this world has the ability, the capacity, the natural proclivity for mental wellness. See, our bodies were created to heal themselves. So we are healing beings by nature. And so I want you to know that no matter what you might be going through, if you're feeling alone, if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling like no one in this world understands what you're going through, I just want you to know that as long as you're human, then you are having a human experience. And every human being shares similar experiences. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what culture, ethnicity, what gender, what orientation, I don't care what you identify yourself as. You are a human being. And as human beings, we have human experiences on our development and on our human journey. And so I just want you to know that you are not alone. And I am here to support you on your journey, no matter what you might be going through, because I operate from a practice of non-judgment, of unconditional love and acceptance. And so I'm going to talk about this idea of compassion, because having compassion and really putting yourself in someone's shoes allows us both to heal. And so I just want to say, if you are not following me on Instagram, follow me at Dr. Period G Montgomery, Montgomery. Connect with me on my website, healthyminds.expert. I am here to coach with you. I am here for therapy with you. I am here for rapid transformational therapy for you. I am here for presenting and hosting and speaking at your next event or workshop or training. I am here because everyone deserves to feel worthy, to feel deserving, to feel more than enough. And that's my mission. My mission is to support your mental wellness so that more people empower themselves to really take control of their mental health, because we need each other. We need to love on each other. We need to support each other. And we have to stop all of the divisiveness, all of the division, all of the separation, and putting each other in these superficial boxes that don't even exist, like race. It does not exist. It is a social construct. The only race we belong to is the human race. And so we are all human beings. We're non-physical beings in our physical form, having a human experience along this journey called life. And again, if you need support along your journey, I want you to connect with me at healthyminds.expert, because I believe that I can help you change your life by changing your mindset and really changing your beliefs about yourself, about your relationships, about your relationship with this world and your journey. So please reach out to me, healthyminds.expert. And so I really wanted to talk about this idea of compassion, because I think that in our world today, in our society, there is so much judgment. We are so quick to judge each other. We are so quick to like or dislike, agree, don't agree, pass blame or shame, point the finger, right? Everyone wants to blame and shame and just make others feel small. And the reality is, we are all more than enough. We are all co-creators of our own reality, of our own experience. And we have the power within us to heal ourselves, but also help heal other people. And compassion is one of the ways that we can help heal ourselves and at the same time heal others. And so I want to share with you the importance of compassion, because more and more people are feeling rejected, disconnected, and isolated, especially coming out of this pandemic, right? Where we had to isolate, we had to disconnect. Our survival was dependent upon that. Well, now that we're starting to breathe a little bit more, we're starting to kind of venture out a little bit more. We're starting to gather and socialize more. And I'm so loving the fact that we can hug and embrace each other, because anybody who knows me knows that I believe in the power of a loving hug. You can almost call me a Dr. Hug, okay? Because I believe that hugs heal and they share love. And so, again, I want you to understand the power of compassion, compassion for yourself and compassion for others. Because so often people base their self-worth on how other people view them. If someone likes them, then they feel worthy. If someone praises them, they feel worthy. But if someone doesn't like them, they feel worthless. If someone doesn't praise them, they feel insignificant or their value is diminished. And the problem with this way of thinking and evaluation of self is that we are all allowing others to dictate how we feel about ourselves. And the highest form of manipulation, right, of really giving away your power is to give others control over how we feel, to allow them and their opinion to change the way we feel about us, or change the fact that we are valuable or that we are worthy or deserving. And so I just want to understand better, why are we so fearful of what other people think or say about us? Why is that? And what I've learned is that in primitive times, it was essential for humans to live and travel in groups to ensure their survival. We were codependent on each other for protection, for basic needs, and it was necessary for us to live in small tribes for survival. Therefore, if someone was rejected by the group, they would risk their safety and their life. And so being rejected by your group, by your tribe, is almost like, you know, life threatening. It was something so uh, catastrophic in primitive times because we depended on each other to live and survive. But today, that is no longer true. Today, our survival is not dependent on whether or not we belong to a group or whether someone likes us or dislikes us. Today, our survival is dependent upon us loving us having compassion for ourselves. And that's why compassion is essential. It is essential because according to Charles Darwin, right, he's the creator of this theory of evolution, compassion is ingrained in our DNA. As a human species, our ability to feel and to express compassion is intrinsically linked to our survival as a species. So therefore, compassion is essential for our evolution. And so how do we stop judging? How do we become more compassionate? And that's what I want to share with you today. I want to share 3 ways to increase your compassion for others and also your compassion for yourself, because that is just as important. So, the first way to increase your compassion is through self-reflection. Self-reflection. See, there is a story in the Bible, and the story is about an adulteress, right? A woman who is going to be stoned to death by the villagers. And all of the villagers were aiming their stones at this woman. And Jesus said, "He without sin be the first to cast the stone." And in that moment, every person acknowledging their own sins dropped their stone, and the woman was allowed to live. And so before you speak hurtful words towards another, ask yourself, are you without sin? Because having compassion is speaking words that are kind, that are uplifting, that are not harmful or hurtful. And so if you have never sinned, then go ahead, pass judgment because you are perfect. But I know that every human walking, being human, means we are imperfect. That means that every human walking is imperfect. We are all sinners. We all make mistakes. We all say things we don't mean. We do things that after the fact we're like, why do we do that? Didn't make sense. And so I'm asking you, if you are without sin and you are human, imperfect, I want you to stop judging. Stop speaking unkind. Stop gossiping. Stop saying hurtful words because you are putting out that energy. And we know with the law of attraction, whatever energy you emit and put out is the same energy you attract. So all of the bad mouthing and gossiping that you're speaking about someone else is coming right back into your life. Okay? So having compassion is really about not judging, knowing that we are all human, that we all make mistakes, and we need those kind, encouraging, and uplifting words. We need that. We need that because we're already judging ourselves. We don't need anybody else judging us. We do a good enough job judging ourselves. And so to hear a kind and encouraging word from another human being really just shifts our energy, can shift our mood, can give us a different perspective, can be exactly what that person needed to hear to decide that they were worth living, that their life was worth living, that they were worthy and deserving. Number two, another way to increase compassion for others is through understanding. Understanding that everyone has their own truth. Everyone does. I talked last week about this comparison trap. And the reality of the situation is that everyone has their own truth because everyone sees from a different lens. Everyone has a different life journey. Everyone was born to different parents in different circumstances. We might have different cultures, different religions, different traditions, different language, right? So we all have different ways of believing. Every human being processes information differently. So there is a different understanding. And everyone's story is impacted positively or negatively by their life experience since the day that they were born, their formative years, their relationships, their beliefs, right? And so, as a psychologist, right, I've been doing this for 25 years, learning about a story, about a person's story helps you empathize, helps you feel the compassion and realize the courage and inner strength that they had, right, to persevere in their life, how they had to overcome challenges in their life. And when I hear people's stories, I'm so amazed at the strength, at the resilience, at the compassion and love, you know. And so it just gives me a newfound respect for them. And they might be coming to me and worried about being judged. And I tell them there's no judgment here because having gone through and survived your story, you are my hero. You are my inspiration. And so I want you to understand that when you hear and you listen to a person's story, it helps you feel compassion because you understand a little bit better what that person has gone through along their journey and why and how they've come to where they are today, right? That they've grown. You understand how they've grown into the person that they are. And so instead of judging, on their outward presentation or their social status or their appearance or whatever boxes they may check. Ask them about their story. Ask them to tell you a little bit about where they come from and what their life's journey has been like. I guarantee you will have a newfound respect and compassion for that individual. And the third way to increase compassion towards others is to practice humility. You see, every human is an equal member of the human race. And being human means that we are becoming aware of our imperfections. We are becoming aware that not only are our beliefs limiting us, our behaviors not healthy for us, our emotions sometimes overwhelmingly out of our control, right? Or so we believe. And we can take control and we can get back to our natural state. And our natural state of being is love. When we recognize our imperfections, when we recognize that we're on this human journey and we're going to make mistakes and we're going to make bad choices and we're going to learn from them and we're going to change from them and grow for them, we can evolve together into a higher consciousness of mutual respect and compassion for one another, knowing that we are all human. And as human beings, we share the common experience of being on this physical plane along this human journey of life. And we're all experiencing a lot of the same things. And then one thing I want to add too is that we need compassion for ourselves. Just like we're quick to judge other people, we are also quick to judge ourselves. And the unhealthy nature with self-judgment is that we don't allow ourselves to grow and learn from our mistakes. We just want to judge ourselves based on our mistakes. But what about the growth? What about the evolution and the learning? Because like I said, we are all imperfect. But the key is that you don't repeat the mistake. You don't repeat the error, right? But in order to not repeat the cycle, we have to become aware of how we're judging ourselves, how we're being critical of ourselves, how we need to have the compassion for ourselves so that we can forgive ourselves for being human, right? We can forgive ourselves for making mistakes and begin to love ourselves again and really show ourselves some grace and compassion. And so as we're learning compassion towards others, as we're putting ourselves in other people's shoes, we're welcoming their story, we're listening, we're understanding, we're not judging. We also have to give that back to ourselves because at the end of the day, you are the only person that can control and change you. And judging yourself serves no good purpose. Forgiving yourself, loving yourself, having compassion for yourself, and really reflecting, taking a step back in observing yourself as a kind of like as an onlooker, right? An objective viewer. And really think about, are your thoughts, your beliefs serving you in a healthy way? Are your feelings getting the best of you? Or are you controlling how you feel? Are your actions supporting your health and wellness and abundance? Or are you hurting yourself? And so when we take a look at ourselves and we do that self-reflection, we also need the compassion for ourselves to not judge, but to say, if I don't like this or I don't like this decision, then I am going to do something different. I am going to believe something different about myself. I am going to think something different about myself. And I am going to feel and act differently about myself. Because at the end of the day, you have the power to change you. So let's stop judging ourselves and others, and let's show some compassion, because we all need compassion. Having compassion for others not only heals them and gives them space to grow and learn and heal, but also heals ourselves. Again, you are more than enough. You were born complete and whole, worthy and deserving of your greatest imagination, your greatest dream that you can imagine. And so I just want to end with that. If you need support, connect with me. I would love to support you on your journey of mental wellness. And I just want to share with you a couple of testimonies from the clients that I've worked with in the past. One of them says, Dr. Montgomery's one-on-one therapy sessions are life-changing. She meets me where I am and consistently provides tools and techniques that I can apply daily as a part of my personal, healthy journey. Another client says, Dr. Montgomery has been an amazing guide in my journey through understanding and bettering my mental health. She has given me the tools I need to find success, not just every day, but throughout my life. The strength and perseverance I find in my most trying times has been a result of her constant support and reliability. I don't know where or who I'd be right now without her guidance and support. Another person says, I have learned a beautiful skill of mastering my mind that has completely changed my perspective, giving me the ability to shape my life experiences in a way to live a healthier, happier life. Thank you, Dr. Montgomery. Another one says, Dr. Erika helped me find my strength to live anxiety-free and made me believe in myself again. And another one says, Dr. Montgomery taught me how to love myself again. And so these are just a few of the testimonies of individuals that I've worked with. Again, it is a journey, a life journey. And if you need support, I am here to love you, to support you, to give you the strategies and tools to shift your mindset, to attract the abundance that is your birthright, to attract the love and the success that is your birthright. And so I just want you to know that I am here at healthyminds.expert. Connect with me. I love you and I wish you peace and love and joy. God bless.
Thanks for listening to Master Your Mind with Dr. Erika. We will be back next with another terrific episode that will allow you to master your mind. Please visit hemphappier.com for more information about Dr. Erika and CBD oil. See you next week.